Come back and thank you for joining us. In the last few months of COVID-19 pandemic, we have experienced a lot of fluctuations in the Nigerian pump price of petrol in Nigeria. Initially, it was 145 naira per liter. It then went down to 123 naira 50 kobo per liter, then to 121 naira 50 kobo per liter. Now it has gone up to 143 naira 80 kobo per liter. Can these fluctuations ever stop? Joining me in the studio to address these issues and to answer our questions on a topic titled Unending Importation of Petroleum Products and Oil Subsidy Regime. It's a petroleum products marketer and the MD CEO, Top Sea Oil Nigerian Limited, Mr. Tunde Meshioye. Mr. Tunde Meshioye, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Tunde Meshioye, for finding time to come to the program.
It's a pleasure.
Diesel and kerosene have been fully deregulated.
You're right.
We just had another increase in the pump price of petroleum per liter.
Yeah.
When is or can petroleum or petrol be fully deregulated in Nigeria?
The answer is capital yes. It's possible. But
How?
government has to be deliberate and strategic about it. Because it's quite clear and obvious that the oil subsidy regime is no longer sustainable. Our economy is struggling. It's already depressed. And the earlier the government faced the reality, the better. If the kerosene and the diesel, which we call AGO, can be fully deregulated, the same thing can still apply to PMS, which you call ordinarily called in a layman language, petrol. And the reason for this is that they now allow the force of demand and supply to dictate the price. The market play a role. Although it's not something that can be done in a jiffy, government has to be strategic and be deliberate. Opportunity has presented itself in the past for government to fully deregulate petrol, fuel pricing. But for whatever reason, probably due to lack of political will or other factors, government has not been able to take that decision. For example, the major component of petrol pricing is the price of crude oil. In business strategy, an issue, you look at an issue, the one you have control over, you control it fully. There's some factors you don't have control. You develop a strategy and put a process in place to mitigate against those factors you have no control about.
Okay, thank you very much. You have spoken a lot about the government.
Yeah.
Now, you are a private sector player, right?
Yeah.
Now, what are the rules of the private sector in ensuring that petroleum importation ends in Nigeria? And that also takes me to another question which I want you to take together.
Okay.
Can petroleum importation ever end in Nigeria?
Okay, let me take the first question.
Okay.
The private sector, which I also belong,
Okay.
are stepping big time to assist the government to put an end to the fuel subsidy regime. And that is the coming of Dangote refinery.
Okay.
Majorly, by the time Dangote refinery comes into full operation, then government can heave a sigh of relief. We will no longer need to import petroleum products. It's an aberration that Nigeria, being an oil producer, is importing petroleum products. It's an aberration. It shows that we have an inefficient system. And we have refineries who are currently in a coma. So the second question that is it possible? Of course it's possible. It's like a farmer that has cassava plantation and is still buying gari in the market. It doesn't make any economic sense. If we are a producer of crude oil, we should be able to have structure and system in place to produce whatever we need. I will take you back to 1980, when our refineries are working. We were exporting petroleum products. And because Nigeria is a monoproduct economy, and that's why our economy is struggling, the bulk of our, income, we are using to fund importation. Government is losing a lot of revenue subsidizing petroleum products, especially the fuel.
Okay, talking about the oil subsidy now, you have rightly said that we spend a lot of money, we spend fortunes subsidizing petroleum products.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about the citizens.
Okay.
Are the citizens enjoying any benefits at all from the oil subsidy?
Well, if I might put it this way, citizens are enjoying some benefits, but it's not much. It's like somebody giving you 100 naira with right hand, and using the left hand to collect 500 naira. The amount of money being used to subsidize fuel, if properly managed, can be used to develop other infrastructures, make the economy more buoyant for people to be more prosperous. And because the volume of money, the only benefit the citizens are enjoying is probably to protect them against the harsh economic realities, because our economy is depressed. And it's temporary. You know what I'm saying? But if, when the price of crude oil is high, that subsidy regime is supposed to be a strategic intervention. It's not something that's supposed to be a lifetime like we are running. And it's because our system is being efficient. The amount of money the government will have saved, which will have been used to develop the economy properly, diversify into other areas, to provide jobs for all teeming youth in Nigeria, to ginger the economy and make it more prosperous. When people have money and they are doing well, and disposable income is high, they will be able to buy fuel at whatever price market forces dictate. It's happening already in AGO. It's been fully deregulated.
What is AGO now? For the benefit
Okay,
of
for the benefit of people, it is this automotive gas oil. That is professional terminology, which properly known as diesel.
Diesel, okay.
So that one is fully regulated. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. People that buy have been able to use it, but government can actually put an end to the subsidy. And the amount of money that will be saved can now be utilized to develop the economy properly, diversify the economy into other sectors. There are so many other sectors that Nigeria can make money. Through that money will be utilized.
Okay, we are going into the other sectors now. You have rightly said that if we stop the oil subsidy now, we can diversify
the economy.
The volumes of money that we have.
In terms of billions of naira being used, to sustain that regime to other areas.
If we have this money, how can we use it to improve our depressed economy?
Good question. Over the years, the government has been making so much noise as per developing our agri sector. The current government is trying. They are making a lot of efforts, and appreciable progress is being noticed. That can also be developed. Then we have digital economy, which is coming on board now. The whole the global world is going digital. And that area can provide millions of jobs for all our youths. That area can be developed properly. And also other areas, the export is there. Some years back in the 80s, we have so many companies that are working in Nigeria that our economy is doing well, our youth are getting jobs. Those companies can be supported. Government can support them. And they can bring the interest rate down from the banks so that a lot of people can thrive in their businesses.
Thank you very much, Mr. Meshioye, for sharing your thoughts on importation of petrol and the importation of petroleum products and the oil subsidy regime.
You are welcome.
We are time constrained. Definitely, we are not through with this particular conversation. We will definitely invite you another time to come and share your thoughts with us. And that is it from Mr. Meshioye. He has told us that there is need for us to put an end to importation and to divert the huge amount of money that we are using for oil subsidy in other areas of our economy. Mr. Meshioye, thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.
We are still coming on. Please don't go away. Let's quickly go on a short break.